everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Disney's live-action remake adaptation of The Jungle Book that came out in 2016.
Down. Relax, kid. No need to get worked up, okay?
Go online to see the new Jungle Book trailer.
The Jungle Book is directed by Jon Favreau and stars Bill Murray, Ben Kingsley, Idris Elba, Scarlett Johansson, Christopher Walken, and Neil Sefi. For those of you who don't know the story of The Jungle Book, it follows relatively closely to the original 1967, I think it's 1967, original Disney animated film of the same name. Or he follows a young boy who lives in a jungle, a man cub as the animals call him, named Mowgli. And he has to leave the jungle because the evil tiger Shere Khan basically wants him dead. And he travels with Bagheera the panther and comes across characters like Baloo the bear and get into shenanigans, basically. That's basically what the original plot of the movie is, and that's what the plot of this one is. So here's the thing. At this point, I've only seen a few of the Disney live-action remakes. I've seen Aladdin, which you could check my review of that out by clicking the link in the description. So I have seen this in theaters when it first came out, and that was at the time the only Disney live-action remake movie I've seen. After that, I saw Aladdin, and pretty soon I'm going to see The Lion King, which I'll probably have a review of that up at some point. So, and honestly, I remember when I went to the theaters to see this, I did like this movie. I also do like the original animated classic. And I do like the original Disney animated classic of The Jungle Book. I really do like that one. It's been years since I've seen that one. Actually, back when I was a kid, that was like one of my favorite Disney movies. I would put it on repeat a lot. So, and when I heard about this, I was like, okay. And I saw the trailers to it. It looked interesting. I wanted to go see it. I did went to see it with one of my friends at the time. And I liked it at the time. I really did. Since then, this is the second time I've seen it since I saw it in the theater. And this is the first time I've seen it since I saw it in the theater. So, yeah, and there are some problems. I will say, there are some problems with this movie that I've noticed. But first, let's get to the positives. For one, the technology behind this film. It's so impressive. They made a big technological advance, I think. Because here's the thing, there's only one live-action actor, and that's with Neil Sefi as Mowgli, and he's in a completely digital environment, reacting to digital creatures and that, and everything, it really doesn't feel like you could tell it was in a, green screen room or on a studio or anything. And everything looks so photorealistic, and even the way to move and that, there were, so I gotta give praise for that, because that must have taken a long time to work on. They must have had they also had to have a lot of talented people to do that. And I gotta give props for that. Whether or not if I ended up enjoying the movie or not, I whether you end up enjoying the movie or not, you still gotta give props for that. The acting, I think, is okay. I've definitely seen much better acting. In fact, there's even some choices that you would think probably wouldn't work that, in my opinion, I think kind of did in a weird way. And, like, for example, Christopher Walken as King Louis, I thought he did a pretty good job, and he was actually rather engaging as far as when he was talking. So, and also I thought the story was fine for the most part, especially, like, I even thought some of the changes were fine. Like, for example, I really liked how Mowgli used these, ends up making these kind of contraptions and that, which, yeah, kind of makes me really realize how useless he really was in the original. There were some funny bits in this, too. I guess that's it for my positives, honestly. Now let's move on to my negatives. And I got quite a few, honestly. The first negative is, again, whereas I think some of the acting's fine, there's some points of the acting I really don't like. And so that's one thing. Another thing is, I feel like while they were trying to improve on the original, there were some things that they tried to throw in and that didn't really improve anything of the original. In fact, I think the original is better in some ways. And knowing that, I really didn't like the usage of Cod the Snake, which, in the original, that was, like, my favorite moments in the film. So, and they utilized him twice in that movie. Now, in this one, Cod is female, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. And I'm sorry, I felt like they basically, I felt like Cod was completely useless in this film. Like, what did it add? And, like, what did that character add to this movie? Nothing. They could have easily cut that character out of the movie entirely and nothing would have been lost. That's how pointless I think having Cod in there was. And also, like, so they do have Baloo sing Bare Necessities, and at that point, like, no other point was it a musical, and it all of a sudden decided to become a musical. And honestly, I'm like, okay, I guess that could kind of make sense, because it's like, it's a song that, it's kind of it's a song that Baloo has learned over the years and is basically teaching it to Mowgli. So that makes more sense. And then when it gets to King Louie, he's singing the I Want to Be Like You song, and that's more so of replacing, like, a conversation with song. And that doesn't work so much. So, and after that, no more songs. And so, really, only there's 2 songs in this entire freaking movie. Again, like I said, I can understand why they would have Baloo sing Bare Necessities. I get that. But they could have easily cut out King Louie singing the I Want to Be Like You song, and it would have been fine. In fact, I think it probably would have been better if they did that. And also, with the CGI, speaking of which, there are some points where it does look fake, especially when it gets to King Louie and that. Like, yeah, you could tell it's kind of fake. There was also some parts, like, for example, when the monkeys were flinging Mowgli up in the air, like, from the trees. I could tell that was a CGI Mowgli, like, it kind of looked too rubbery for me. And also, to be honest, I didn't really like the ending. Honestly. Like, because in the original movie, and in the original book, which I never read the original book, so, just going by what I heard, that in both iterations, they had Mowgli return to the Man Village. Because that's where he belongs. It's basically, saying, to, accept who you are and appreciate, where you belong and everything. And what does this one do, really? I don't... They changed it up, and I don't think it's as good as Powerful, actually. And I think it just was a easier way for them to potentially... The way they ended this version was, I think, a means to have an easier setup for a sequel. So, looks like we're probably going to get The Jungle Book 2 at some point. So I'm going to give The Jungle Book 2016 a 3 out of 5 stars. Look, I think it's okay. It's a fun movie. There's some stuff that bothers... There's some stuff in the movie that bothers me, but I think you'll have a fun time. You know? I've seen much worse movies, trust me. And, yeah, I think it's just okay. It's just okay. I like it enough. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.